Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. First of all, before we get into the episode, just want to say a big thank you to anyone that's subscribed and watched the videos and left some comments. It has steadily been creeping up, and we've hit sort of 26, I think it is now. So it's nice to hit that little first milestone of 25 and get a few bits of comments and things like that as well. So that's been really nice for us to see. Anyway, we follow on today from the last episode where we had that great win against Gateshead. I've actually since checked the sort of outgoings, the wages table for the league, and Gateshead are right up there in second. So that was actually a better result than I even thought. So really pleased with that, and we've been in pretty good form since too. It's not without its problems, but for a first season at a new level, really happy. Anyway, we've got a big game today against Gloucester. Really similar positions in the table, so let's get over there. Right then, guys, so we left it out last time here. We'd had that good FA Cup win to get us off to the start of the season, where I messed up the video, so we had to come here to Gateshead. We went behind, didn't we, and then came back 56, 79 minutes and really deserved it. And it was a big attendance at Gateshead as well, only 15 away fans. But it's nice to see that we're mixing it with teams that are getting that sort of following. We followed that up with a fantastic 4-1 win against Hereford. Really above any expectations. And again, you can see already the best attendance since we've been here. Most of them are away. That doesn't matter, it's all money in the bank. Adam Hughes, I think that was from a corner. Chris Lake got a couple, and then Wealth de Silva finished it off. They actually went ahead. Again, we went behind, and then just came storming back straight away. We reacted so quickly, two in sort of 5 or 6 minutes, and the second half was fairly comfortable. We just took control. Chris Lake again, the sort of star man at the moment. Big game, as we mentioned last time, against Kendal. Really wanted to just crack through these first few rounds, hoping for sort of coin draw so we can get somewhere where we can really make some money. And it was quite hard fought. You can see actually we played pretty well in terms of ratings. Again, another good following, and there was not much of an away contribution there, so that was really pleasing. But we eventually got the job done. Adam Hughes and De Silva late on. We weren't really threatened. But it was just starting to get a little bit worrying into that second half. We couldn't find the breakthrough, but as is the way against some of the smaller teams, they packed the defence and were pretty resolute. Now this one was a shame, and I was a bit annoyed because Chorley started pretty poorly. I know it's only been a few games, but they were down in 20th, so I fancied my chances, not really knowing the level as well. But when I looked afterwards, where are we? Just wanted to get an indication of who's where in terms of their salaries and stuff. Chorley are actually sort of up in 5th. They're I think they're in 4th place now. Where are they? Yeah. So they're obviously a decent. They're obviously a decent side, and they've got back to where they should be. So losing 1-0 to them, and it was a really close game. It wasn't. We didn't get battered or outshone or anything like that. So could have easily gone the other way. When you consider we're down here in 18th. We're sort of punching above our weight at the moment, and Gateshead actually, they must have made some signings since, because by far and away look the most by 240k to the next. So Gateshead are presumably the favourites, are they? Let's have a look. I haven't actually looked at the season preview. No, it's second, so close enough. So getting a win against them and getting a win against Hereford, both really good results, and Chorley look up in 5th. So we can't complain too much. Narrow 1-0 loss, not the end of the world, away from home as well. Now, the next round of the draw was a tough one. Always a dodgy one when you get a team from that division above. They weren't doing too well. They were sat down near the bottom, so we had a chance, and we had to play slightly differently. And as you can see, it was a late winner. We hung in there, and we hung in there. And again, they didn't batter us, but they did look slightly more dangerous, and I was worried. But we held on, and finally Ollie Mulders popped up with a really important first goal for the club to send us through to the first round proper, which is what we wanted really, because that's it puts you then within touch and distance of the real money spinners. But we've made a good amount from this run so far. I think it's about 40k, and we're still in the red, but it was a lot worse. So that combined with some of the big attendances, what did we get for that one? It was at home again, wasn't it? Yeah, not so much, not very much away, and sort of 1,400. So that'll be our record for a while, I would imagine, unless we can progress further. Another disappointing one, Kettering. I came in again on the back of the Chorley result. We bounced back and beat Ebbsfleet. I thought, right, great, but we did, I think, suffer from. It was a bit of fitness. I didn't want to make too many changes. The team's been playing well. I sort of wanted to bring players in organically rather than to making too many. I had to make a couple, but just towards the end of the game, we just started to flag and we couldn't make that push to get the equaliser. Because the second half, I think we were the better side. We conceded early, which we've done in all the others, so I wasn't too worried. And they went 2-0 up. We got one back straight away, and I thought that might just signal a comeback, but it never happened, and we sort of laboured to it a little bit. We had some chances, but we just couldn't find the way through. Again, not too disheartened. Kettering up there in the playoff spot, so another narrow loss. As long as it didn't spiral out of control, as long as it doesn't continue, I'm okay with that. Don't expect to win every game. We got quite a kind draw for the first round. Kings Langley, obviously played them a couple of times last season. We just promoted from that league. Battered them really. It was the result we sort of expected. Chris Slate again got his customary goal that he's been doing this season, and finally Cowley, bit of a goal giant. He's played perfectly well. He's been involved in goals, winning those flick-ons, holding the ball up, but he's not been sharp in front of goal. He has missed some chances as well. It's not like he's not been in the positions. He's missed a few one-on-ones, things like that, but finally got his double here, so I'm hoping that kickstarts him as well, because we've been doing fine without his goals, and now if we can add that to it, it might just take us to that next step of sort of ruthlessness and consistency. So really happy with that, because that pops us through to the second round. And as you can see here, it wasn't particularly kind. It was Newport or someone else, but it was another League Two side. So this one is going to be a tough one. I wonder how they're doing. We haven't got a play for a while, but I mean they're up in second as well. So not as tough a draw as it can be, but a team in good form in League Two that are challenging for the title is going to be a tough nut to crack. But that's weeks away. We'll think about that at the time. Last time out, back to the league, away from home against Farsley. Now I think Farsley were a bit more of a struggling team. Yeah, down the bottom. They've only got a point all season, so we did need to get back to winning ways here, and we did just that. And sometimes a 1-0 win, I think, is as satisfying as any. We stayed nice and solid, as you can see. Good, sort of pretty consistent performance. Didn't let the world alight going forward this time, which, as you know, it's 1-0, so obviously. But Ollie Mulder's on the score sheet again, so it's nice to see him starting to add a couple of goals to his game. And that's, yeah, it was nice to bounce back. So that leaves us in 10th, but we've got a game in hand of a few of the teams above us. So we could potentially, with a win today, get up into these playoff spots, which is above expectations, isn't it? We're fighting bravely against relegation, I think, wasn't it the target before? So, but I don't want to settle for like mid-table. I think playoffs is a realistic. We're talking 5 games here, so I may be getting ahead of myself, but we can aim for this, can't we? We can aim for that, and if we do finish around here, it's not the end of the world. It's still a good season, and it's something to build on. But I think we can crack on and really push to get a playoffs. And you never know, then, do you? You never know. So, in terms of the team, we've kept the tactics the same. Not really been any tweaks. Obviously, it's changed in game, but in terms of starting, that's how we've been lining up. You'll see all the trials here. This is just cheaper than scouting, so and quicker than scouting. So we're already over budget. So I'm not really actively looking for signings. But if someone jumps out that's outstanding, then maybe we can look to move things around and bring them in. But otherwise, I'm pretty settled with the squad at the minute. To be honest, I'm happy enough. I think the second goalkeeper was the only thing that we really needed. So, change this second thing around. It really is just very similar to the first one, just more defensive. It's one to bring in later in the game if we're holding on to a lead. Scrapped the other one. It didn't quite fit. It wasn't gonna work. I tried it a few times. It just didn't look good. I didn't have confidence in it. So, but I'm happy with this. and I'm happy with the team. I think this is the same team that played last time. I want the consistency. Callaghan did get his goal, but he's not been playing great. Tried him on the right a few times, he's done okay. Rashid's numbers look pretty similar, but I find that he's been a little bit more dangerous. So we're going to go with this for now. And Callaghan can sort of try and work his way back into the team there. Gloucester, as you might have seen, I think they were 9th and we're 10th, so I think we're on the same points or very, very similar. And I think we've got a game in hand at them as well. Lots of thinking here. I've forgotten. I did check. But this should be a good one. Good one to see. It should be competitive, and if we can get a result, it's a big one. We're leapfrogging a team actively, aren't we? So fingers crossed. Here we go then with the customary kick-off highlight. Let's hope it is just that if they've got the ball. Well cut out by Rashid into late, and there we go. That's the end of it. Looks like they're playing 3 at the back. That's a good challenge by Iswail, and he's got on his bike as well. Late's picked it up, not moved it quick enough, but that's okay. Just take some control of the game. Cowley back to Moulders. Moulders just looked good in the midfield. Into Prater. Cuts it into Late. There it is. There it is. Fantastic. I forgot to mention actually, Edson Prater's come in. De Silva has been fine. He's just a little bit tired, so we tried Prater because he'd been injured. So we tried him, and he's been really good. So there you go. There we go. And it's Chris Late arriving late into those boxes, who is getting all of our goals. As I say, Cowley got his first 2 against Kings Langley in the cup, so hopefully that gives him some confidence, because he is getting in the chances. I'm not too worried about his role because he is getting goal scoring chances. So I know we have to sacrifice his sort of all-out goal threat a little bit by playing him in the role that we do, but he still gets plenty of goals when he's on form. So that's all happy days for now. And we look pretty good here, knocking the ball around well with confidence. Here's Moulders again, shifts it out wide to Rashid, and he's got space in front of him now. He needs some support in the box though. Arriving now, crosses run down, and looks like they're going to try and break, but Hughes imperious in the air as ever. Good little reverse to Cowley, curls one. It was a cheeky effort. It was a cheeky effort, worth a try. Didn't have too much on around him, I don't think. So we've started well again, guys. I say again, we go down a lot and then come back, but I'm happy because this so far it's all been us. And here's Prater again, crosses for Cowley straight at the keeper. Oh, it looked easier to just glance it into. He had a lot of goal to aim for then. This is what I'm saying. There's a few chances you'd expect him to score. If we can just get him scoring consistently, if him and Late are banging in goals like they did last season or anything close to it. Late seems to have found his goal scoring form, and Cowley's not quite found it yet. He's not quite found it. But so far so good, guys. We've got a couple of chances now. The ball's all been with us, and I'm happy if this just dwindles through to half time, to be honest. You can sit. Famous last words. Oh, good save, Stricevic. Well done, well done, well done. I thought I was going to get a bit stupid. Oh, that's a great kick. Here's Late. Cowley's in the box. He crosses. Oh, it's a great block. I thought that looked for sure. The way that came in then and he hit it, I thought for sure that he was going to bury that bottom corner. Guys, dominant performance. We've had a couple of chances, and I suppose that's the only problem, is that possession, we've dominated. Our passing's been much better. Been really good, and obviously the XG is going to be higher because we've had probably 3 chances that I think I would have liked to see us score from, but I can't really grumble at the performance. But as you might have noticed, the conditions okay, but we've had a run of games. It's 2 a week, a lot. It's a hefty schedule at the minute, and we've probably not rotated as much as I want, just because we've been performing pretty well, and I don't want to keep messing it up. I want to secure these sort of first team lineups. Get your links in, get these links in that appear here, and we can start to work other squad members in as and when. But everyone seems to be doing okay at the minute. I don't want to mess too much with it, so we'll just get cracking. I don't think we need to change anything if it ain't broken, all that. And I can't really account for just not scoring the chances. We're making them. Late turns well, needs some help. Prater's come narrow tries to feed the feet of Cowley, but gets cut out. It's a little bit narrow in there. It might be something that we have to look at. This isn't what we want though. Good block, good challenge from Rashid as well. Goes out for a throw, but Gloucester threatened early in the half, but we've seen it off for now. Lots of space here for Ballarab, late with the clearance, and Cowley to hold it up. He's doing exactly what we need him to do, and he's turned. That's fine, it gets us up the pitch. No problem with that at all. Rebecca tries one in behind. That's easy for the keeper. That's fine. I think I'm just going to make a change. We've come narrow a couple of times, and I just want to make sure that we are getting the ball wide. That might be what they want us to do, but I think we've got the players to hurt them. That's a poor ball from late though. We're inviting pressure here. We've given the ball away a couple of times in these highlights now in the first sort of 4 or 5 minutes of the half, and it's inviting pressure. We don't need to be doing that. That's well done though. Knocked it around well. We're good at I was going to say we're good at passing the ball around there, but we've just lost it again, and that was a chance. We need to look after it a little bit. I think we need to concentrate. We need to encourage them a little bit. Just a little bit lax with the ball in our own half, which isn't what I want to say. I don't care too much if we lose it up in their half, but they have got a lot of players here, and the wing backs we seem to be holding them back pretty well, but it just means there's a lot of bodies to get things through. It seems to be just a little bit of a cancelling out job here. But what worries me is we've not really been on it since the half-time break. I think we just need to change it up a little bit. I'm going to bring him on here purely because I just want to change it just a spot. I want Callahan to come on, and I want him just to start a little bit deeper because we can drive into this area then, and Lake can make his runs along with Cowley, and Rashid can start a little bit higher up the pitch, I think, so that he's not picking up the ball inside his own half all the time. Let's try that. I mean, I'm happy with 1-0, but it's always dicey. Here's Luke Ward over a free kick into the wall. Late loses out. Again, he's done that a couple of times now. And that's actually a decent foul from Jared Welch. Stops the move. I think there's going to be changes to be made here, but here's Mulders out to Rashid into the box. Crosses for late, and that's a good save. You could sort of just didn't quite catch it, did he? And needed to rock it into one of the bottom corners, and he's just high and down the centre of the goal. Getting a little tired now. It's a thinker. It's become a little bit of a tactical one, isn't it? And it's a shame because it looked like we were going to run away with it. And we actually do struggle centre midfield with these 5 subs. They're just killing me a little bit. I don't really trust anyone else in there at the moment, so it's tough. We'll bring on Horton for Hughes. It takes away a little bit of a set piece threat. But I just think we need to be fresh. I think there's going to be, can probably expect a little bit of an onslaught. It might be time to bring this down. Just try and keep the ball a little bit more. You watch me go and change it exactly back now. But that's a good break, and now Callahan can get forward or just run into a defender, and that's, great, fantastic. Ward mops it up though, and Eswelly pops it forward, but it's again to no one, and I don't think they've. And the changes haven't taken effect yet, I suppose, but it seems like a silly pass to attempt. There was no one about, and we're inviting the chance now. Menza gets the volley. He's tried the volley. I think it'd probably be better to header it, but that's fine. Right, I think now is the time we change it. Reel it back a little bit, and I think. Let's bring Sparks on for Rashid. Again, just a bit of freshness down on that left side. Step it back a little bit. 4 minutes added time. Hopefully we can hold, but this is going to be a nervy one, guys. I think this is going to be a really nervy one. It's a good ball forward, headed away. Sparks' challenge was enough, and Lake can clear it up. Can we just hang on to the ball a little bit better? Callaghan gets us up the pitch. That's what we want. That is what we want. That's brilliant. Gets round his man. Hold it. Gets the good cross in as well for Cowley. It's an ambitious header from just inside the box. But it's got us up the pitch. It's relieved the pressure a little bit. It's killed a few minutes by the looks of it, and the game's just going to dwindle out. Don't do this to me. Sparks actually heads down really well. Goes past his man. And it's a shame we didn't get to see that highlight because it looked pretty dangerous. But look, 1-0 again. And we were the better team, weren't we? I know we invited them on a little bit. Second half wasn't great. We lost control a little bit and didn't apply enough pressure. Chris Lake's man of the match, I guess, because he scored. I didn't think he actually made a few mistakes in the second half, but whatever. It was a good performance overall against, again, a solid team at the level, and they will have been the big favourites. So it's another win, guys, and that should push us, hopefully, right into the playoff conversation. Playoff conversation. There's been 6 games. You know what I mean. Yep. So there we are, guys. Pushes us right into 6th place, and a game in hand on some of the teams around us as well. So there is, not to get too ahead of ourselves, but there is a chance to sort of consolidate that a little bit. And we're only 4 points off Kings Lynn at the top, so punching well above our weight at the moment, which is great to see. Right, so what have we got coming up? Again, it's a packed schedule. Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, all the way through until Christmas, when it, I suppose, slows down a little bit into the new year. We've got the FA Cup game. I don't know whether it's one that I'll come back for. It's a little bit soon, I suppose, but we'll see how much playing that I can get in. So yeah, there's no standout thing there that I definitely want to come back for. We'll just see how we get on. They're all big games now. I think this is one eventually to come back for. That might be the following episode to the next one. Kiddie Harriers are the big rivals historically. I think they're the only ones that are actually officially. Am I right in thinking that was Worcester as well, wasn't it? They're below us. So yeah, Kiddie Harriers are the Bromsgrove rivalry football wise. Not been close to them enough in since Bromsgrove Sporting's been a thing league wise to have that be a regular thing. So that's definitely one that we need to come back for. That's the big derby, isn't it? And I don't think actually that there's really any others in this league now that we've got to the north. So I think it's I mean Hereford sort of, but no, Kiddie Harriers is the big one. So we'll come back sometime between now and then around here sometime. Maybe the FA Cup game, might be the FA Trophy, something like that. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, guys, it wasn't the most exciting game today, was it? But it's a great win and it keeps up the good form, right where we want to be in the table. If you enjoyed, as always, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, give us a like, give us a comment, follow us on socials, all of that good stuff. Just helps with the motivation, helps the channel to grow, and it's just nice to have a bit of interaction with you guys. Any ideas, anything that you want to see, please just let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Cheers.